የኢትዮጵያ ተመልካቾችን እንኳን አደረሳችሁ። በጣም እንኳን አደረሳችሁ. Congratulations. I'm really happy and proud about what's happened in Ethiopia a few days ago. The challenge of the world record reforestation was not only about quantity of trees. The real challenge was about work like one people, like only one country, touching the earth and giving the best of each person and culture in the same goal to achieve. But now what's next? We have more than 500 million trees and growing. And what? What's next? Is only the environment benefit? It was only a trend, or we will take action and make from this self-gift a lifestyle? Here's my opinion. Now is the best opportunity to everybody, not only to us like Ethiopians or persons who are based in Ethiopia, to everybody, to begin a business that will bring enough resources and interest to conserve it and take care of all these trees. Make a business around reforestation, and if you stay to the end of the video, I will leave you a surprise about how you can begin this same week your own agribusiness approaching this big opportunity. When we think in business, in entrepreneurship, and more in African context, we must be thinking about bring solutions to the market. If you bring nice solutions to the big problems, you will get success. All is about others, about your customers, about the market. Everything you are thinking must be thinking in others. So my first advice is go, for example, to the Agriculture Ministry, search which department of governments are managing the project, and ask directly them, what kind of challenge, what kind of problems do you have right now? What kind of solutions are you looking for? Explain them you want to make a business around bring solutions to support the project. And I'm really sure they will give you the first tips from where you can begin your idea. And other thing, my second advice is about what kind of sector can you support, or we support around the reforestation. Are different. We think we can talk about many different sectors, but in this video I will explain you the specific situation of Ethiopia, 3 areas or 3 sectors where I see more potential. First is sustainable agroforestry products, environment services, and tourism. To begin, I think it's interesting beginning environment services as well, because it means about take care of the entire project. In environment services, we have the first is for example, soil conservation activities. This is a huge project, but not impossible, and not necessarily so expensive. It's about youth conservation activities to stop the soil erosion, like terraces, plot against slope, sowing of grasses and soil retention plants, for example. Could be other. We are going to talk about it in the next minutes. The other one is more huge also. It's about CO2 capture. Some big enterprises like BMW or other governments like the European Union pay to make a reforestation with a commitment of certain quantity of CO2 tons captured per year. So literally you can search by this opportunity in the EU website and increase the reforestations. You will take leverage from the certain is giving Ethiopia to the world. Okay, and the next one, all the services will need around the reforestation. Okay, for example, trees will need irrigation systems. Okay, it's not only about where the rain comes. We will need irrigation systems in the dry zones of the country and even in the dry seasons for the whole country. What kind of solution can you bring to Ethiopian context, for example? I will give you some examples you can watch about disruptive solutions happening in other countries. You can try to bring to Ethiopia or do something similar or search solutions in that way. Okay? Remember, it's about bring solutions to the markets. Pruning activities. Trees will grow and will need some pruning activities to still growing with a functional and beautiful shape. Somebody need to do it, okay? So you can bring these services. We have one of the most sustainable projects in the world in our hands. So we need to bring sustainable solution also, okay? To belong in the same line. Trees will need fertilizer to grow healthy, and what kind of options can you bring to the market? Okay, I can tell you, you can begin your own biofertilizer factory with mycorrhiza, for example, or even more easy, grow worms, for example, and worms will make the work for you. And data, this is very interesting. We literally live in the age of data, okay? Will be necessarily tons of data to magnate the project, to know how it's working, the environment impact, if this is something we must to put more attention. A lot of quantity of data will be needed from the trees, from the environment, for the ecosystem, from the soil, for example. So if you can bring solution around it, like make sensor, for example, you can begin using Arduino or other hardware platform, or using drones, for example. Or if you don't have any knowledge around this kind of technologies, but you know how to bring this data to the market, you can do it with paper and pencil. The market will need data. You can develop your business with the time, but right now you can begin with pencil and paper. Okay, don't worry about it. It's about bring solutions to the market. Biological control and pest and diseases biological control. Okay, this is something natural. We are putting a new being inside of a new ecosystem. So with the time will become some kind of pest and diseases. It's something natural, but it will be necessary sustainable solutions in terms of pest and diseases management. Okay, can you bring a solution around it? I will leave you in the comments a successful case of an enterprise in Kenya where are working around it. So you can literally start a business in biological control also. It will be very, very interesting because you will not be only a provider for the project. You will, the people will start knowing about this kind of solutions, and you can sell to other farmers, to other agriculture or agroforestry project also. Sustainable agroforestry products. I love this topic. I have years and years studying possibilities and successful cases in all the world around this kind of opportunities. And the first I will talk about will be about fuel. Yes, literally diesel. You can make diesel around agroforestry activities. Some kinds of plants or trees are able to approach the seed, for example, or the roots to make oil. And this oil could be used for fuel in this case, or even edible oil, or for make soap, or other kind of stuffs that need oil in the base. Okay, one of these trees is moringa. Another one is a plant called, is a grass called vetiver. Curry, for example, are other plants could be grown. But in this case, I will talk about moringa because it's really interesting. It's an amazing plant, grow really fast. Okay, the seed has a high content of oil. It could be edible oil. This oil can be also used by kill some kind of bacteria in the water. And the leaves have a very high protein content and a lot of vitamins that are very healthy to children, to person in general, and in the cattle. Okay, if you are in the milk industry, in the dairy industry, for the cattle, or if you are in the meat industry, for the cattle, is a really amazing plant. Okay, so other things I like from this plant is very well adapted to the Ethiopian environment, and this is very, very important. You can grow or increase the reforestation, use it at the same time as soil retention, okay, soil retention plant, and you can have another business around this plant, okay. Construction and sustainable wood. It's ironic. I'm talking about approach the wood as a sustainable resource in this video, but let me tell you something. It's the best way to conserve the trees. Why? Well, as I told you at beginning, will be necessarily soil conservation activities, and one of these activities is use certain kind of plants to stop the soil erosion. And one of these plants are bamboo. Okay, bamboo is an incredible material that grows really fast and is able to use in any kind of construction project. Science houses, for example, are using in China and in other places to build houses, greenhouses, bridges, furniture, for example. Even in Ghana is a factory of bicycles with bamboo, in Mexico also. So you can make a business around it, because you can use it to the soil conservation, and at the same time you are approaching the wood is growing there. It will be a very, very sustainable project. Are the last business around reforestation, my favorites, because you don't need money to start this same week, okay? Remember, stay to the end of the video and I will give you a surprise. This is about tourism, okay? The second fastest industry in Africa, and you don't need money. The first area is about botanical gardens. You can build a botanical garden with native plants where people can go visit and learn about the native plants, and even the scientifics or the university students that wants to make some kind of research. But here the secrets are the services you can give inside of the garden, like coffee, like store, like gift services. For example, you can have tables in the garden with Wi-Fi if the people want to work there. You can have a outside gym, for example. All the services and stuff you are selling inside of the garden, okay? The other one, I really like it. Landscaping design. Hotels, enterprises, embassies, even government buildings, construction industries will need this kind of services to make a beautiful and concordant landscape or view of the city between the new forests. Because if they don't have landscaping design, will be very bad compliant between the both views. So if you know something about it, if you have certain knowledge around it, or if you are a student of, you can find courses, books around landscape design, go right now, start studying, and you can have your own business around Ethiopian reforestation. And my favorite over all these business models, okay? First one, butterflies and insect gardens. I really love it. Yes, you can grow butterflies and other kinds of insect like ladybugs in a greenhouse and give a tour inside of your greenhouse or some part of the parts of the forest to watch these beautiful animals. I love this business because I discovered in one of my trips with my family. I got really surprised the first time I discovered this business model. The experience you live is really amazing, and I can tell you it's really easy to begin at the same time. It's really amazing experience you can give to your customers, okay? Because it's very, very beautiful, and I think it's something really interesting. And the last one, ecotourism around birds and other wild animals, okay? Ecotourism around wild animals in Africa is some of the most famous business models, like safaris. But around birds, it's also really famous, but it will be very interesting because you can start doing right now in the cities. You don't have to go very away, because with this reforestation, the birds and the wild animals we grow increase the numbers really fast. And actually it's really easy. It's the most easy of them, because literally you only have to make a route in the landscape, have binoculars and an identification book. Train yourself, for example, 1 or 2 weeks, or maybe if you can 3 weeks with the book, and start identifying some birds you have in the book. Okay. You make some environment services, like give a little bit of seeds in all the roads to eat, or so you help them to grow the numbers. But what happens is you can bring at the beginning and not so much demanded customers, like kids, for example. You can focus in search parents with little kids who wants know more about nature. You take them and give them all the guidance in the roads to watch all these birds. With the time you will get more experience, and you can jump to the next level. With customers a little bit more demanded, they will need more knowledge from you. They will be looking for more specific birds, but at the same time you increase the cost of your service. I love this project because you literally don't need money or almost zero inversion to begin the same week, and you are helping to the care of the project, because you literally your most valued resources are the reforestation and the birds and the wild animals in this new environment. So my suggestion is go to the Biodiversity Ministry, ask them if they have some kind of books about Ethiopian birds. It must be material to train you. And the surprise I told you, okay? If you want more details about these last 2 business area, I will leave you a link in the comments where you can leave me your email, and I will make a totally free class to explain with details and the easy ways about how you can begin your own business around these 2 business areas. Okay, don't forget to subscribe, give us a like, and share this video. See you in the next video, African entrepreneurs, and remember, we literally grow gold in Africa. I'm Heli Jesus, I'm African son entrepreneur, and I want to bring the best agribusiness ideas and knowledge to the African context. See you in the next video. Bye bye.